I was asked that question once. You see, I was raised to believe that beneath it all, most Americans were a decent people with an abiding sense of integrity and fair play. You see, every race of people, no matter how big or small, has contributed to the shaping and building of this country we call America. We the people, in order to form a more perfect union. Now, how are we to interpret that? How do I feel about America? No, the question is, how does America feel about me? Hello, good people, and welcome to the Media Mike Radio Show. I'm your host, New Justice Media, where we are the voice of the everyday citizen. The time is now 19 minutes past the hour here in the Lone Star State, so let's get to it. Now, one of my subscribers sent me this. Have y'all heard about this? These 6 arrests they made in Atlanta. 6 rioters charged with domestic terrorism. Following the Atlanta protest, I think someone also was assaulted by the police. So we have 6 individuals who call themselves wanting to break into stores and firebomb them and loot, possibly. So the demonstrators had gathered to protest a proposed public safety training center dubbed Cop City. And of course, it was a fatal police shooting of an environmental activist. Now, these 6 individuals were charged with domestic terrorism. And it strikes me kind of odd that you have these individuals here, possibly with Molotov cocktails and, maybe explosives, I don't know, and just wanting to create havoc. Now, each of these individuals, good people, they're between the ages of 20 and 37. They face 4 misdemeanor charges and 4 felony charges. Now, they have been identified. I think this young lady's name is Nadia Gear. She's 24 of Nashville, Tennessee. Madeline Fiola, she's 22 from Spokane, Washington. Ivan Ferguson, he's 22 of Nevada. Graham Everett, he's 20 of Decatur, Georgia. Francis Carroll, 22 of Kenickbunkport, Maine. What are you doing all the way down to Georgia from Maine? And Emily Murphy, 37 of Grosse Isle, Michigan. So they traveled all that way to do this. Now, this unruly group was charged with second-degree criminal damage, first-degree arson, interference with government property, and domestic terrorism, all felonies. Now, these misdemeanor charges include rioting, pedestrian in the roadway, willful obstruction of a law enforcement officer, and unlawful assembly. Now, let me get this straight. I tell you what. Here's the question. Do we have individuals like this purposely waiting on things to jump off so they can go around and create havoc? They're not even from the state, let alone the city. So I'm wondering, are there not groups of individuals like this? Are there informants? I don't know. That actually wait on something to happen and then go around, travel, and purposely burn down stores and things. That's something to think about. Things to make you go, Now, in a statement posted to Twitter on Monday, Georgia Governor Brian Kemp confirmed the charges that most people arrested came to Atlanta from out of state, as I just stated. Only one perpetrator arrested Sunday during Sunday's riot is from Georgia. That's the guy from Decatur. None of those arrested during last week's operation are from Georgia, he wrote. Law enforcement demonstrated how quickly we shut down those trying to import violence from other states and will continue to do so, unquote. Well, I guess they're on to him. That's what it seems like to me. They know people are traveling from other places to create this type of havoc. Now, the reason for this, as I stated, but it was fatal. The activist Manuel Esteban, he was 26, and he was shot and killed last week by Georgia State Patrol troopers who were trying to clear demonstrators from the site of the Public Safety Center. Now, this gentleman had been asked to move out of the woods Wednesday morning, but shot at the troopers, wounding one patrol officer. So they returned fire, and he was fatally wounded. So now, following his death, as we all know, angry and destructive protests have swept across the city. An enraged crowd took to the streets Saturday, smashing car windows and damaging several businesses. Now, I don't understand this. You shot at the police. If this is true, they're going to return fire. I understand you being an activist and you trying to protest something, but you cannot shoot at the police. Because see, while it says here, while the protests began peacefully, amid the chaos, some rogue participants smashed property and set a cop car aflame. These are the people who just add fuel to the already fire. Because it's reported that these individuals had explosives. As I said, they burned down a police car. They broke windows at businesses. And so with the police department, along with out-of-state federal partners, they took swift action within 2 blocks and brought the situation under control. Most of these individuals are traveling to these cities. That's what gets me. So it's not the people most likely inside the city. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think these individuals will start it off, so that will give the people incentive to do so. So if you have a peaceful demonstration to protest, okay, that's your right to assemble. But you have people who come in to disrupt that. That's a problem. Think about Kyle Rittenhouse. You had people there, Caucasian individuals, called themselves upset, and they chased Kyle, and he returned fire. After they knocked him down and assaulted him. So, is this the new wave of domestic terrorism? Rioters that plan and seek out this type of stuff? Would they have police scanners or watch the news, and then they assemble, gather up, and bring explosive devices, Molotov cocktails, and this is not good. It's not good for the people who are there to exercise their right to assemble. These people are here to create chaos and destruction, and we can't have that because it confuses everything. So you can let me know what you think about this in the comment section below. Until next time, this is your guy, Mr. Educated, Mr. Communicator, Mr. Free Thinker. Subscribe, share, and like to keep me rocking on the mic. Have a good night.